like when he was developing the game, that there would be times where he had issues, and his wife would like just kind of keep pressing him to keep it pushing. But
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's always good to have that support.
Shouts out to him. And then also, you know what? Just for the sake of things too. Um, so like I said, we didn't try out too much this past PAX, but like we said for the homie Baba, once again appreciate you, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see where. Bow. There we go. We gon' shout out his
Inception.
right. Uh, show off the trailer for his game. There we go. Where your stuff at, Baba? Where your stuff at? Where it at? Where it at? Where it at? Where it at? I gotta pull up Steam. I gotta pull up Steam things. But while I look this up, Justin, so we also thank you for a copy of the game. Crime No Crime, a game of law.
Ooh.
Justin, if you would, please, sir.
I did it.
He been waiting.
Mm-hmm. Waiting and ready, baby. Crime, no crime. So basically, so shout out to Eartha Johnson. I don't remember her husband's name. Do you remember the husband's
I
name?
unfortunately don't.
Yeah, me neither. Sorry about that. We are definitely going to actually have them on too to talk about it. But basically, Crime No Crime is it's essentially like a card game in which you would take a potential concept of a crime and take uh, take that reiteration of it. So it would essentially be an example of a crime that had been committed, and then you would have like one or two teams, and one of the teams or both teams would have to decide on whether or not a crime had been committed or not. Um, if it had been committed, then your job would be to then tell the facilitator what was the worst crime committed, and then you would get points based off that. Um, Now, I don't know the intricacies about what happens after that. We were kind of given like a kind of a bare bones breakdowns of the game. But once I've done a little bit more research, I'll be able to actually put it into practice
Yeah, so
for
he
a
pretty
game
much
to
was
play.
giving us examples. Pretty much is basic law that if you didn't know was very much getting educated on. So like for example, um, he put say somebody is planning like there's a getaway driver, you're waiting out in the car, your partner went into a house to go rob it. Um, the one who went inside shot and killed. What's the charge for the getaway driver? So like, what's the what crimes are they committing in that sense?
Mm.
And so I believe there are two different things, and of course Justin's lawyer ass paralegal ass knew, but the driver would get charged for murder because
Mm.
they were inciting a crime, and the person whose house was they were defending their property.
Right.
So the charge falls on the getaway driver. So just examples like that where you would think one thing's going on, but the law states different. So here and there
Right.
things. But it's very educational. And so we will be running this as a tomorrow community day. Like I said, I don't know how Justin's going to facilitate. um, but to see, first off, this is black family of lawyers, and like both the two that we met lawyers. They were
Oh,
telling
that's
us their
dope.
kids lawyers. One just became a judge. Another was like into filmmaking and all that. Like that was their passion, but then ended up shifting into going into law as well. And he was telling us, he's like, why? Like we see this is what you're into. This is your passion. And explained it. His son explained just like, but law is my passion too. It's like
Mm.
I grew up learning from you guys, and it's just like, yes, I love filmmaking and all that,
Wow.
but and it's like
Weren't
this is still a
we
hobby, but
weren't we
Right.
pre-show just talking about how rare it will be to have someone who is really like really well versed at law in a writer's room for shows, because we were talking about lawyer shows and stuff like that, and the reason why some of them are so inaccurate is because there's no one who actually knows the law in that writing room.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have this passion for both law and filmmaking, and like we haven't gotten that since what, Dick Wolf,
Right.
making all of these Law and Order spinoffs and stuff like that. And let's be fair, he's a little biased in a certain way. So to have a different perspective, and that to be actually a black perspective in that, and I know I'm going off on my own little tangent right now, but my brain just started like sparking when I heard that. But yeah, that would be so cool. And just even something like this, bringing the law to a game that makes it more accessible to the public is special. So that's another way of marrying two passions, right?
Yeah, that was their whole thing, is that not enough people know their rights. Not enough people know the law. And if they're basically stating they made this card game as an easy access way for anybody to get into to learn. Because you know, when it comes to video game, or when it comes to games in general, as long as the rules are easy to get into and there's at least some comprehension behind it, you can learn. And so like he was saying, like, I believe the age range is like 12, 13 and up, all that. So it's just like, if you play this game with your kids, this could be already planting the seed of, oh, my friend's going to get up to this, but because I know the law from this game I played, maybe I don't need to get into that. Right. Maybe this is something I'm going to take a step back and go, oh, I know the consequences of this now. Because there's a broad understanding of what consequences are when it comes to the law, but until it happens to you and the law kicks you in the ass. So like he was even talking about like girl sends a picture to her boyfriend. The picture gets out. What, she's getting in trouble. Why? That's spreading child pornography. That's something that she can get in trouble for. Exactly.
Right. She can get in trouble for producing it. He can get in trouble for spreading it.
Exactly. On both cases. Those. Yep. Exactly. And so it's like this game to try to prevent things like that from happening, and just expanding knowledge, basically. So very educational. Like the quick little rundown he gave us, it was a couple people around as he was explaining, but yeah, we'll definitely have him on as well, because it is a good thing that not enough people have. And also, just coming from a black family, come on, we know.
Come on. We ain't gotta say. Look,
come on.
You're already listening to this podcast, so you get it.
Yes, this game is called Crime No Crime.
Dope.
Yeah, and on their card, there is no game more relevant in this day and time than Crime No Crime, and I agree. Like their little blurb, where did you learn the law? Most people don't learn the law until they are already inside a jail cell. Then it's too late to undo what's been done. Created by a family of lawyers, Crime No Crime tests your knowledge of criminal law. With a variety of felonies and misdemeanors, the game offers a fun way to learn the law. Play with friends and family to see who can recognize the varying crimes and their associated punishments. We can enjoy endless entertainment with Crime No Crime. So, shouts out.
Were they just walking around?
So we had met them initially when we were on our way to the convention center in the like they stayed at the same hotel as us. So we just
nice.
we just saw them in the elevator and we were like, oh, you guys headed over to PAX? We're like, yep, this. And we're like, oh, you guys should check out this booth. And then they started telling us about it. And so as we're moving around throughout the day, we end up finding them.
When we stream it, we should treat it like a game show.
We need to see how it's going to work out first before anything.
Did they have a whole tabletop section at PAX
Yes.
East like they did at West?
They did. Yeah, this was like over by like the Nerds booth, shout out. Like the clothing booth and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Megaran too, who was over there. He
Man,
had some
that
merch
drip
playing his
was
music and all
fire.
that too.
Ugh.
But yeah, they had a whole setup and everything, so I'm glad they were able to promote. I believe they said this was their first PAX as well.
Yeah, this is the first
yeah.
PAX. Also, shout out to PAX and the fact that the entire like tabletop section was like open after hours. It was open until like 2 a.m.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
She was in there shaking them up.
Oh. Well, remember we found out in the end that it was too late by the time we figured out. But even at West, some of those sections were open.
Oh
until
yeah.
late, but we just didn't find it out until it was like our last day there.
Now we know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, and then another game we tried out. Shout out to the homie Mike Towndrow for sending this up for us. But I tried a new Souls like party Souls like Deathbound. So the difference with this in the Soulsborne genre is basically instead of weapons you have different characters that you're able to shift to. So it's like one has like big heavy armored character with a big ass hammer, another uses spells like fire and lightning, another's a thief with the crossbow and dagger, then you pick up a knight with the sword and shield that can parry, and so each of them have their own different abilities. When you're in mid attack animation, and if you shift characters, you're able to do kind of another special move with them. As a game concept for a Souls game, I love it. Definitely needs refinement right now.
Yeah, a bit of refinement.
So you can still tell it's kind of in its early stages. Like there were plenty of times when we walked into a room and there's supposed to be a staircase there and some boxes, and until I get closer in the room, then they just appear, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Oh, mine was when I would turn my camera like slightly to the right, everything to the left of me would disappear.
Yep.
And then if you turned it back, it would reappear. That's great.
Yep. But as a concept for a Souls game, I think it's very unique.
It sounds very unique, or it is very
unique. How do you like the combat as far as like when you were in it?
It was a little stiff. Like I kind of get this. It felt like a Souls game. I'll put it that way. But like you said, it just needed needs a bit more refinement. I felt that there was a bit of lag in between my inputs. So like if I was going for a certain move, like it would come out frames later. But other than that, like you said, I think the concept of it is very intriguing.
From my notes when I was playing it, I was like, party system Souls games. Choose 4 different warriors to swap different fighting styles, and switching while mid-attack does a sync attack. And then I put a little stiff with the woman and a lot of assets popping in and out, but fun combat.
Yeah. There was also a cool thing you could do where if you did a hit right and timed your change at a specific time.
Oh, that's
like
what I'm saying, the sync attacks.
Yeah, like you can do like a more powerful version of that attack. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And then so there were just so many D&D nerds around me all weekend, and you guys won't gonna get me, but we did try out this try out this card game, Soulforge Fusion. And this is made from one of the creators of Magic the Gathering, as well as creator of Ascension. It was pretty fun though. I beat Justin.
He did.
Shit.
He did.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's a hybrid card game in a sense where you pretty much take 2 half decks, and then pretty much put them together. And then with each half deck, they're also coming out with the digital version of the game, and you can get early access.
It's already out. The demo's out.
Yeah, there's early access for it out on Steam now, to try it out. But basically, like you go round for round, where one person's an attacker, one's defending, and then when you play a card, you would discard the more powerful version of the card into your discard pile, and with each which each cycle of your deck you end up shuffling everything back in and then restarting. So now you have your level 1 cards. Your level 1 cards might still be on the field or in your deck, but also now you have the level 2 version of it. So you're consistently leveling up your cards. And as far as like, I know Justin's been getting into Magic, so he'll be able to explain like better mechanics wise. But as far as like I've been saying for a while now, I'm like I'm slowly feel like I'm getting into deck builders. You ain't catching me getting the physical cards. Shut up, Justin. But the way that you can scan in like your half decks into
your
the
QR code.
Yeah, you can scan in the QR codes for your half decks to bring them over to the digital game and everything too. So that way you can take your actual decks and put them in and kind of mix and match like that. Game's been out for over a year now, as far as the card game version, and then the actual Steam version's coming out, I believe, within the next month or two. I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's April.
Yeah.
It's April, man.
No, but it's
Deck building.
it's a good game.
I bet it
very
is.
easy,
I bet, you know,
easy
you
to
over
pick
here.
up and understand.
You getting it in.
Yeah.
You getting it in. You over here beating Justin. You're just a step away from some physicals, my friend.
I am,
Hey,
and I
man,
choose not
like,
to.
Like he said, we were around enough D&D during PAX, or even Darren had to. Even Darren gave the maybe,
I'm
which
just
he's
like,
never given me.
Yeah, no, never.
But I know Darren would be a very good asset. Yes.
Indeed, I would. But shout out Stoneblade, Taman for giving us a chance to try this out, and hope to talk more about this.
Well, your response reminded me of Kotaro for some reason. I feel like that's what he would say. Indeed, I would.
Indeed. Oh, and then real quick, so shout out to Baba once again. This is a trailer for Reawaken. Oh, I need to hit that subscribe.
You not subscribed, bro?
Hey man, he just put out a trailer, okay?
Dang, man.
Shout out to the homie
Did you guys say
Baba.
that you spoke to Whitethorn Games when you were in Boston?
No. We were
Oh,
saying that one of the Corgi games was potentially made by Whitethorn.
Oh, okay.
And then one of the last things, like I said, we didn't have too many things that we tried out. It was a lot of moving around, mingling, connecting with folks. But shout out to Chicken Police though. Chicken Police Into the Hive, second game coming out in October. So the big difference with this one has to do with different, like, so everybody on the game is an animal, but there's also a subsection of them that are insects and everything like that. And so there's been some stuff going down in the hive where all the bug folk are. And so you play as detectives Marty and who's the other one? Let me see. Marty's the young chicken cop. But
Marty.
Hank, is this his name? I don't know the names. I'm gonna get there because I want to try out the first one. But the first game was all in black and white, and this one now there's color and everything into it. So the first one was more of that noir cop game, and so same thing. You're trying to figure out mysteries. It's a point and click adventure game, but the dialogue and the voice acting is definitely what sells this game. And just the little bit of dialogue that I was able to peep from it. Sonny and Marty. There we go. That's the cop. Those are the detectives' names. Shouts out. I'm in it for the dialogue. I look forward to streaming this. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be first or Spookies, but definitely looking forward to this one. No exact date for it yet, but comes out in October. Chicken Police needs that. It's about it. But yeah.
Good for them. That is not something that I saw getting a second game. Just because of, like, I know that it's sort of like one of those things that's become like a cult classic, but with the people who have played it, like they really like it. But I just feel like it's not a game that reached a lot of people, so it's good to hear that
Yeah,
they're getting it the second
yeah,
time.
I'm excited about it. But
I
yeah.
last game that I wanted to talk about. So there was a game at Day of the Devs called Slime Heroes that I never got to play.
Oh
Then,
yeah, I saw that.
but then when we were at that GDC after party, they had it there too. So I actually ended up after Deontay and Darren left, I stayed just to play that, and then I left after that.
What was it called?
Slime Heroes. And it's an adventure game. It's multiplayer. I want to say it's up to 4 players. You get to customize your slime, and it's sort of like an adventure game. You're like going around defeating enemies within an area to progress to the next area. You like are able to get upgrades, different weapons for your slime and stuff. It sounds very basic, but it's cute and it's fun too. Like the traversal of your little slime that you create is like really fun. The combat is actually good, which I don't know, if you imagine you playing as a slime, you wouldn't think that the combat could be like very in depth, but it is. It's like pretty interesting. It's satisfying. Like you really feel that the choices that you're making in terms of your loadout like impact the way that you're playing the game. Story wise, I'm not quite sure. I know that at the beginning of the game, this slime is its environment is being protected by this like mother dragon or something. These corrupted beings end up coming into the world. The mother dragon essentially gets murked, and it's like, little slime, like, I'm sorry I couldn't save you, but like save yourself kind of thing. And I want to say that maybe this dragon is now captured and the slime is trying to free the mother dragon or something. But it's really good. It was sort of like a sleeper hit for me. It's not something that I expected to really like that much, but I mean, I played the demo for like 30 minutes.
No, you was playing it.
Yeah, like I was playing it.
Hey man, we've all seen reincarnated as a slime.
I know,
man.
right?
We know them slides and get down.
I don't know what he's doing. Oh man, he's going crazy.
Yes.
Bit.
So
Cool.
yeah, and you can wish list that on Steam now.
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, but I think that's kind of it for PAX wise. Like I said, a lot of PAX for us was
Mingling.
connecting with folks, opportunities, networking, all that jazz. Ran into Yoshi P, and so now I'm happy.
Also, can I just say this is going to be a good year?
Studa? Oh, sorry.
We didn't see him now.
No, we didn't see him.
Oh man.
Yeah. And what's up, Justin?
Oh, I just said it's potentially going to be a good year for us. So.
Indeed. So, to the future, more connections made. We'll have plenty of guests on soon just to come on and talk. And then real quick too, anywhere you listen to us on your podcast services, go ahead and check out the interview I had with Rocket Games, Michael Devine and Douglas Bogard. Talked about their company, Rocket Games. Think limited run, but keeping it back to smaller indie titles. So those titles that you probably wouldn't see get those physical games. Shouts out. The Rupee Revolution will not be televised. We hope so, brother.
I know I'm about to say we hope so.
But yeah, check that out. Shouts out, and honestly, it just shows how far we've come. And just because me being a fan of Doug for years, from him being with Limited Run and starting that off years ago, knowing that he left to kind of loop back around to working with smaller developers and all that too, and having a chance to sit down and talk to him. It's a good feeling of being like, hey, I've been a fan of yours, and now I'm like, oh, you're on your new journey, and we get to talk about it with you. That was nice.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
good shit, brother.
Thank you.
Darian.
Go ahead and check that out. But with that, everybody, we will call this an episode. Thank you, as always, for anybody who's here with us live. Thank you for those out there listening. We appreciate y'all. Remember, you can follow us anywhere at Rusty Rupees or Rusty Rupees with 2 Y's on Twitter, because Twitter's some who's.
Hairs.
You already know.
You can follow me anywhere at XX Shadow Okami XX. Justin.
Real Ninja 23.
Deontay.
13 cross, spell it out. Don't be lazy.
And Cameron.
Fly Richie, IE, no why, hashtag Indie Watch.
Any watch?
Appreciate you
Watch.
guys, and until next time, stay rusty. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Damn. I forgot about fucking that cowboy game.
You
I like
fucked a
that
cowboy game?
No, I played this.
You see my
remember
shit?
that
You
cowboy
see what
game
I
with the
said
Mega
there?
Drive?
Yeah,
Sorry about that. I don't know how that happened.
I'll figure it out. So,
Ken, what were you saying?
I just remember. So I played this cowboy game. So me and Darren, maybe Deontay too, we were talking to the homie. I can't remember his name, but he does VR. And I just kept staring at this game in the distance. And I'm like, something about this game looks fun. I can't stop watching the trailer. And so I was like, excuse me, I'm going to go play this game really quick. And it was called Cowboy 3030. And you like play as a cowboy. Clearly, there's 3 different cowboys. They each had their different play styles. And it kind of reminded me, like, I guess, like, sort of like Diablo, where you're like going in and like clearing one area and then moving to the next area and then clearing an area and then picking up upgrades as you go. Like it felt like very Diablo-esque, but it was fun. Something about the
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say
What did I say when?
about the game? What'd you say about it?
It felt very Diablo-esque.
Well, he said it 3 times. Time to get started. You said it 3 times. I gotta play.
Oh.
Wait, I said what 3 times? The Diablo thing?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you said it
said
4 times.
Diablo
I definitely
3
gotta
times.
play Diablo 4. Now we're on. TV's on. Getting started. You can't get away from me, Lilith.
stupid.
You bitch.
Anyway. The movement in that game felt good, is what I was about to say.
Let me see.
They'd be like dashing and shit. I don't know. Something about it just felt good. I was like, this is kind of cool.
Nice.
Cowboy
And no-
37. 30-30.
Cowboy
I feel like
37.
nobody else was
37.
playing. It was just me.
Oh, this is kind of interesting.
Right?
Oh
Like,
no, Darren got a draw.
The lasers is crazy.
Yeah, huh?
Carrie. These robot cowboys?
I don't remember if they told me that this was multiplayer or not.
Feels like it wants to be a party game so badly.
This is such a me-ass game.
What episode is this?
173.
73. I knew it.
Oh, the bullet hell stuff go crazy.
Well, definitely a me-ass game.
Yeah, it's hella on.
I was just about to talk to you, like right before we started recording, I was about to talk to you all about Little Caesars, and I was like, no, it's not a good time to bring this up because we're literally about to record right now.
What are you about to say about Little Caesars?
Those little fucking, I don't remember what they call them. Those little mini pizza things that they have now, the puffs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They go crazy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get some?
No, not today, but I've had them
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah, they go brazier.
Shit. All right, y'all. But with that, we gonna call this a episode. Thank you everybody who's come through. Remember Community Day tomorrow, so we'll see how this crime no crime thing goes. Anybody willing to join, please come on through. We appreciate you guys. Let me see if we're gonna send this ready right over to anybody. You know what? Well, the homie Josh is streaming some Rebirth. We gonna go ahead and shoot this ready right over to the homie, to better Kano, as we'll put it that way.
Oh yes, sir. Oh, that Josh. Bet.
Yes. But appreciate you guys. Thank you everybody who's come through. You guys are lovely, amazing. We will see y'all tomorrow. We'll see y'all for Tekken. Appreciate you guys, and until next time, stay rusty. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Peace out, y'all.